Hi, this is Celeste. I'm a nationally certified interventionist, recovery coach, and family coach, and I'm here to talk to you today about the world that we live in. And unfortunately, we live in a society right now in a culture of instant gratification and looking for easy answers. And I think this is very much human nature. And I think this is likely the way people have always been. We're always looking for the easiest route from point A to point B. And it seems to be magnified in a culture where we have information, we have everything at our fingertips. We can have stuff delivered to our front door in 2 days from Amazon. We can go to the pharmacy and get instant weight loss pills and lose 30 pounds in 30 days and all this instant gratification stuff. And I wish I could say that there was a magic wand that you could wave and get good quality, meaningful recovery. But I think if I were promoting that or telling you there's, like the big book in A says, the easier, softer way, there is no easier, softer way. And if there was, I would have found it by now. So, because I'd love to sell that. I could make $1 million on the internet, but the unfortunate reality is that that's just not the way it is. There is no magic wand that we can wave and magically have ourselves healed and our addiction no longer living in that addiction. So, fortunately and unfortunately, it's a double-edged sword kind of that. Recovery is really hard work, and those first few months and sometimes even the first few years for people is really, really hard work. And I can say in my own personal experience and just in my experience from working with other people, the people that I see that are successful in the recovery are A, willing to do the hard work, and B, willing to look at some of those underlying root causes of their addiction. So it might be mental health concerns, it might be past trauma. And I would say, just even from research and in my personal experience in working with others, I would say probably 90+% of people who struggle with addiction have mental health concerns and or past trauma. So, and most of them, I would say a good majority of them have a lack of strong coping skills. So these are really these are the tools that I teach people. So I teach people how to cope in recovery with some of these things that come up: the mental health, the trauma, the lack of coping, our family of origin stuff. So the tools I teach are very simple, they're very strategic, and they work. A lot of research has been done on the tools that I will give you, and they've been proven to work, and they're very, very effective. They're tools that I use myself on a daily basis, because we don't just go into recovery and say, yeah, after a year I'm done, all the work's done. It's once we get to a place where we feel like we're in really good, solid recovery, we have to do that maintenance work. We have to do daily maintenance work. It's like fixing up an old car. So you put in all this work into fixing up the body, fixing up the engine, doing all these things, which is all well and good. But if you don't maintain all that work you've done, the car is going to rust and break down. So our recovery is very much the same way. Once we get to a point where we feel really solid and really firm in our recovery, it's important to do that maintenance work so that we can stay that way, that we can stay in recovery and have that good quality life. So the work is ongoing, and there's always room for improvement. So I've been in recovery for quite a few years now, and even other people I know that have been in recovery for quite a few years always say that there's that maintenance work to do. So if you are interested in getting these tools to get that good quality recovery, and you're willing to do the work, and you're willing to start to uncover some of those root causes behind why you use substances to mask these things. Fill out the application below, and you can apply for my recovery coaching program. We'll work on goal setting, we'll work on relapse prevention, coping with urges, overcoming codependent behaviors, setting boundaries, changing unhelpful thinking patterns. We'll work on building healthier relationships through more effective communication, and building a plan for the future so that you can continue to do that growth and to do that maintenance work. So super important to do that hard work in the beginning and then maintain it. So if this is a program you're interested in, absolutely fill out the application in the caption, and then we'll get on the phone and have a conversation and start building out your individualized recovery coaching program, because it is important to individualize it to you. So the tools are going to be the same, but we're just going to work on getting those tools into you. How do they apply to you in your life? So that's super important. So fill out the application. We'll talk. I look super forward to working with you and being part of your recovery journey. I look forward to talking to you. Make sure you fill out the app.